in the Gemara, everything that's in the Gemara, I can find it somewhere in the Mishnah. I can show you where it's in the Mishnah. It was a tremendous genius you could find it in the Mishnah.
Prices or not?
Here, I think when he says the Brises, I think that he's talking about also the Gemara. The Brises are really the same thing as the Mishnah.
Yeah, they're higher.
No.
If you take out the random Brises instead of Mishnah, like those, they're overrules by Brises.
No, usually a Mishnah overrules a Brisa, usually.
I was learning here, and the thing that it goes over, the Mishnah, the Brises goes over.
Usually not. When Rabbeinu HaKodesh, he included the Mishnahs, and the Brises he didn't put in. The Brises are usually stronger than them. The Mishnahs are usually stronger than a Brisa. Okay, could be. Okay, so it says, is there anything in the Gemara that I can't find it in a Mishnah? There. Hare, behold, Shema Mishnah, then in the Mishnah, yesh kol, there's everything. Nevertheless, even though in the Mishnah is everything, the Mishnah is like tohu. Why? Because there's a tremendous amount of light, tremendous amount of information in the Mishnah. Nevertheless, it is, but the Devarim Katsarim is something that's very small. But this is self-understood. It's also something like in the now we have in computers. You can see in computers that the more information can be stored on smaller things. Right? The more and more information that they get, that when they figure out ways to store information, so that it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. And now you have things that you can have a little chip, right inside of a little chip, a little sort of a disc that used to be like the size of a nail or something like that, or one of the screws that went into the computer. They used to have in like the 50s. They had computers that were like a whole building would be a computer. It's the whole entire building. It could be. It didn't have as much information. There used to be whole buildings that were computers. And then after that, they got it down to when there's just one whole room was a computer. And then they could get it down to one. There was a box, a big box that was a computer. Now they have just one little chip. And now you can have it in your cellular phone. Couldn't you have in a whole building before? You can have little chips. People have these. What is it called? These little cards, whatever, that you can hold the whole worlds in it. Right? You break into somebody's office. You put a little thing in that's that big, right? Put it in your mouth, hide it. I can't find it. You go outside, you have all the information in Russia, on a little chip inside it, right? Put a filling inside of your tooth. It's the whole thing. It's gone. No, there's something that's very small. I never saw it in Stam movie, but you can understand. Also, I was once on a plane and I saw a movie. And in it was, it was computers stealing computer information, and it's like so boring, because the guy, it used to be, the guy used to have to fight against somebody, and now he's just going like this, and they tried to show the screen to show that it's interesting, but it's not interesting. Now you can go like this, that's it, you destroyed all of, right, that's it, destroyed all of Korea. Okay, let's go, that's it, I destroyed all of it, it's not interesting, It's interesting to see there's a whole army that comes and they've all got knives, they got guns, and they're all screaming. That's interesting. There's no wars don't go that way anymore. It's like little tiny, a little bomb, right? The bomb is this big. Don't throw it. That's it. That's it out of his plane window. That's it. All of Russia is gone. That's it, right? It's a tremendous amounts of energy. The more energy there is, the smaller and smaller it gets. Like you say, now that this thing contains more energy than it used to be. So the Rebbe says, the more light there is, the smaller the vessel. The smaller the vessel. It says, nevertheless, Nimsa. So it comes. And so it is. Last word in line is to. It's 10 lines from the bottom of the page, maybe 11. Kenu, so it is. But or is the to and the lights of tohu. Shayu that were bebechinat in a level of riboy bayoser, very many. Shazu, you said that this was sibat, the reason. miut of the lessening, hakelim of the vessels of tohu. Nimsa, so it comes out the bechinat at the level of first word in line, oros, like 8 lines from the bottom. You have it, Kobe. See where we are. Be with us. Come on, no oros, that the lights of tohu. So it comes out first word in line, 8 lines from the bottom. 8 lines from the bottom. See, first one line. No. It comes out that the oros, these lights of tohu, and they are oros lights, shalamayla, which are above mibechinas, the level of the kalim of the vessels. Mishum zen, because of this, it's called choshech. That's why the world of Tohu, we said, was called darkness. How do we start this paragraph off? How did God create the world? First of all, there was darkness, then there was light. Darkness is higher than light. Darkness represents Tohu. Tohu is this level that there's tremendous lights. If there's tremendous lights, why is it called darkness? It says because the lights are above the vessels. It's too much. It's too high, right? Too high. You can't get it. Like if you want to go in and you want to listen to the Lubavitcher Rebbe speak, or you go in, let's say, to the wrong room. Instead of going into 10th grade physics, you go into advanced doctorate physics. You go in there, you get spaced out. You don't know what's going on. It's all black to you, right? Right, you go in, you paid $20,000 to go to university. You sit in the first day. This is awful, right? Or Albert Einstein comes and gives a lecture to 3rd grade kids. And he doesn't know how to talk to 3rd grade kids. He just gives his lecture like he gives to, right? Starts talking, writing these formulas down, all the little kids. I want to go home, right? They don't know what's going on. It's black to them. There's just too much light. They just can't take it. That's the level of Tohu. Tohu is so much light that this world can't take it. That's why it's called dark. That's why it's called, there was evening and there was morning. The evening represents a high level. Why is it represented? Because it's so high that it's dark. It can't come into the world yet. Then when it was contracted so that it could come into the world, then there's light. Then it can come into the world. Yes. Mishum, that's because it's got darkness, shehubi, which because it is, bechin at the level of helem, concealment, lamata, below. First word in line is the helem. The ma, that what? Sheyochel is able. Yo, to be. These galos revealed. Lamata, below. Who is rock only? He'ara, a ray. Spreading out. What? In this, it does. It does. In this, when it says he's spashtus or, I want to say a ray of the light. The word spashtus does not mean a ray, but in this case, it's referring to a ray of the light. It's referring to a ray of the light. Because if you say that he's, what does he want to say? He wants to say the light of Tikkun is not the original light. It's just hispashtus ha'or. It's just the spreading out of it. What does it mean, spreading out? What does that mean? The light that comes from the sun spreads out as the same light. It's just a little bit less. And that's what he doesn't want to say. He doesn't want to say that. He wants to say it's a different type of a light. So I just use the word as a ray of the light. Because of this, it's called she's the ma, that which is, see, first word on the line is a helem, 3rd word. 6 lines from the bottom of the page. The ma, that which is able. Leo, to be. These galos revealed. Lamata, below, in this physical world, who is rock only he'ora, a ray. A reflection, like a picture. Shabbat, that comes, peace labshus, enclosed, bekelim, in the vessels of this world. And what we know of God is you see a beautiful sunset, you see a baby born. Now you start to understand maybe there's God, right? God forbid you go to a funeral, and I think, what's going on over here? What's happening? What is life? What is reality? Maybe I'm not God. Could be I'm not God. I'm not. Maybe God means a level of reality that's something more real in this world. That's the way we understand God. A little tiny flicks of light, of understanding a little bit. By the angels, for instance, the angels are much greater understanding of God. Much greater, and that's completely nothing. The angels are nothing compared to how it is in Tohu. So it says, Hainu, Bechinas Oros, that this world, the light that we get in this world, the awareness of God that we get, or even that the angels get, these are the lights of Tikkun. Shehem, that they are, Bebechinat, in a level of miut, lessening, making smaller. Write down, Kobe, be with us. First word in line is Bekalim. First word in line is Bekalim. First word, see? In the middle of that line, miut. Take the pencil, write. Last words, we've got 5 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go. This is the level of miut, or of making less the light. Will be slabshos, and being enclosed in vessels. And then when this light is in vessels, right, you can see God. You can see there's a bird, there's a sun, there's a sky. Everything is in vessels. Lios, to be giloi, revealed, lamata below. Avol, but oros, the lights of tohu, shehem, that they are, lamaila, above, meakelim, from vessels. The lights of tohu, which they are above any enclosement in vessels, undefined. They can't be defined or confined for who it is. Bechinas atzmus, or this is the essence of God's light. Be with us, Kobe. First word line is atzmos. Third line from the bottom. Harizeh, behold, this is bechinas, the level of choshech. This is what's called darkness, the helen and concealment, labi lamata, in regard to this physical world. Zeh inyan, and this is the topic of, quote, put a quotation mark, yoshet, that he makes, choshech, darkness, sitro, his hiding place, end quote. God makes darkness his hiding place. What does it mean, darkness? Shezeu bechinas atzmus, this is the level of essence, or Ein Sof, second line from the bottom, the essence of or Ein Sof. Shehu, which is bechinat, the level of tokef, or powerful light, v'gilui, and revelation. Harizeh, behold, this is choshech, this is darkness, legabi lamata, in regarding to this physical low world. That's why it's called God makes darkness his hiding place. Darkness because God is so, the awareness of Hashem is so high, so real, that we can't take this level of reality. It's too real for us. It says at Mount Sinai, when God revealed himself, all the souls, everybody's souls jumped out of their bodies. It was too much, they couldn't take it. And that's the whole topic of Kabriya Social Olam, like the creation of the world. Bereisha, in the beginning, Chashecha, there was darkness. Chashucha, there was darkness. The Hadar, what's Hadar mean?
Flower.
And afterwards, the Hadar, write it down. Hadar, and afterwards, Nahora, there's light. The Bechinas Choshech, that the level of light of Tohu, Kodem, precedes the darkness. Is that what I said? The darkness of Tohu, that this level of darkness of Tohu, Kodem, precedes the Bechinat, the level of Ha'or, the light of Tikkun. All right? And now the next paragraph, which I'm going to make a copy of, it says that that's where our animal souls come from, is from Tohu, as we're going to talk about more, God willing, tomorrow.